right now orbiting roughly 350 miles above Earth. The James Webb Space Telescope is capturing images that are making scientists question everything they thought they knew about the universe. These are not just ordinary observations. They are revelations that challenge the very foundation of cosmic evolution. Galaxies forming when the universe was supposedly far too young, black holes growing at rates physics should deem impossible, and planets harboring atmospheres that simply shouldn't exist. If you want to grasp the magnitude of these discoveries and how they're rewriting the story of our cosmos, you need to pay attention. Because what we're about to explore will challenge every assumption you've ever held about reality. We begin deep in the cosmic dawn, a time when the universe was merely 400 million years old, fraction of its current 13.8 billion year age. Scientists had expected to find tiny, primitive galaxies struggling to form their first generation of stars. Instead, Webb revealed something that seemed impossible: massive galactic titans already spinning with billions of fully formed, mature stars. These cosmic behemoths dwarf the Milky Way in sheer mass, yet they existed when the universe was barely 3% of its current age. Imagine stumbling upon a fully grown oak tree in a field that was planted just yesterday. That is the scale of this cosmic anomaly. The implications are staggering. Every theoretical model we've relied upon predicted that galaxies grow slowly over billions of years, gradually building their mass through countless mergers and star formation cycles. But these ancient giants defied all expectations. They appeared to have formed almost instantly after the Big Bang, a development that shakes the timeline of cosmic evolution to its core. Dr. Emma Rodriguez from the Space Telescope Science Institute captured the shock perfectly. Her team expected to find cosmic infants and instead discovered cosmic titans. These galaxies exhibit intricate spiral structures, house supermassive black holes at their cores, and display chemical signatures that should have taken eons to develop. Yet here they were, fully mature while the universe was still learning to make its first atoms glow. Cosmologists are both amazed and terrified. If galaxies could achieve such immense mass so rapidly, it suggests that dark matter, long believed to govern the growth of cosmic structures, might behave in ways we have yet to comprehend. Gravity itself may have operated differently in the early universe, or perhaps entire chapters of cosmic history remain hidden from our observations. Some scientists even propose that these galaxies could have formed from primordial black holes, emerging directly from the Big Bang, bypassing the standard star formation processes entirely. What makes this phenomenon even stranger is its prevalence. Webb has identified dozens of these seemingly impossible galaxies scattered across the early cosmos, indicating that this wasn't a rare anomaly but a recurring feature of the infant universe. Each observation forces researchers to rethink the fundamental constants that dictate how matter behaves across space and time. Even more perplexing is the composition of these galaxies. They emit light in wavelengths that shouldn't exist yet, and contain heavy elements such as oxygen and carbon, materials forged within generations of dying stars. By our current understanding, these galaxies shouldn't even have had the time to produce such elements, making them akin to discovering gold coins buried in the earth long before mining had even been invented. These revelations are pushing astronomers to consider radical possibilities. Perhaps the universe experienced multiple phases of creation that we have yet to detect. Maybe time itself flowed differently during the cosmic dawn, or the laws of gravity and physics as we know them today operated under entirely different rules. The most unsettling prospect is that these galaxies formed through mechanisms that no longer exist, forces that shaped the early universe in ways completely alien to our current understanding. But galaxies are only part of the story. What about the supermassive black holes lurking at their hearts, growing at astonishing rates, seemingly ignoring every known law of physics? In regions like the Crab Nebula, 6,500 light-years from Earth, stars are forming where none should survive. Traditional star formation is a delicate, predictable process. Dense clouds of gas and dust must collapse under gravity. Temperatures must drop to hundreds of degrees below freezing, and millions of years are required before nuclear fusion can ignite. Under these conditions, stars emerge slowly and steadily, yet Webb has revealed a universe where stars appear in the most hostile environments imaginable. Rogue stars are forming within active supernova remnants, regions so extreme that radiation and searing temperatures should instantly obliterate any nascent stellar nursery. It's like watching flowers bloom inside a furnace. Stellar winds from nearby massive stars should scatter gas clouds long before they can collapse. Yet Webb captures brilliant protostars emerging, thriving against all odds. Even more astonishing is the speed of this stellar rebellion. Where normal star formation takes millions of years, these stars complete their life cycle in mere thousands of years. They bypass entire stages of the standard stellar evolution model, transitioning from gas cloud to burning star as if the cosmos had hit a fast-forward button. Inside regions like the Orion Nebula, young stars are forming amid tidal forces so extreme they should tear the clouds apart. And yet, these stellar infants not only survive, they flourish in conditions that defy every principle of astrophysics we've relied upon for decades. Every image, every new discovery from Webb paints a picture of a universe far stranger, faster, and more violent than we ever imagined. The cosmic dawn, once thought to be a slow and gentle era, now appears to be a period of rapid creation and unimaginable power, a time when galaxies grew almost overnight and stars emerged in places that should have been impossible. And this is only the beginning. Dr. Michael Chun from Harvard has been staring into the cosmos where others see only distant points of light. His team has been tracking these anomalous stellar formations, and what they've discovered has left even the most seasoned astronomers questioning reality. Some of these impossible stars contain heavy elements: oxygen, carbon, iron that, according to conventional astrophysics, shouldn't exist in stars so young. Such elements typically require multiple generations of stellar birth, death, and rebirth to accumulate. Yet here they are, embedded in stellar infants that formed mere cosmic moments ago. Even stranger, these stars are defying fundamental rules of physics with their energy output. Stars with the mass of our Sun are radiating energy as if they were 50 times more massive, burning brighter, hotter, and faster than anything previously observed. They seem to access fusion processes that should be impossible at such low masses, effectively rewriting the textbooks that generations of scientists have relied upon. Dr. Chun describes them as stellar rebels, stars that refuse to play. By the cosmic rulebook, the rate at which these anomalies appear is equally terrifying. Webb detects new rogue stars forming every few months, suggesting that whatever mechanism drives their creation is not only active, but accelerating. This phenomenon, once localized to select nebulae, is now spreading across regions of space that were considered stable. The implications are profound. Something in the cosmos is actively reorganizing the laws of stellar evolution. Scientists are scrambling to explain these rogue stars. Some propose that dark matter, invisible and elusive, might be interacting with nascent stars in ways that amplify energy production and alter normal formation processes. Others suggest these stars represent an entirely new phase of stellar evolution, triggered by unique cosmic conditions that only exist in our current epoch. The most radical theories invoke quantum phenomena effects that allow matter to bypass conventional gravitational constraints, letting stars materialize in ways classical physics should forbid. Even more astonishing is the apparent pattern to this chaos. These stellar rebels do not form randomly. They cluster in specific cosmic neighborhoods and incredibly seem to communicate across vast distances through subtle gravitational waves. These waves synchronize star formation events, creating bursts of stellar birth across regions light-years apart. It's as if the universe itself has hit a cosmic fast-forward button, orchestrating a symphony of impossible stars in perfect harmony. If stars can rewrite the laws of physics, what about the planets orbiting them? Consider TOI 715, a star located 50 light-years from Earth. Around it orbits a planet that should be a barren, lifeless rock, too close to its star to support water or an atmosphere. Yet Webb's observations reveal something far stranger. an atmosphere teeming with oxygen levels higher than Earth, nitrogen in impossible concentrations, and water vapor suspended in layers that should collapse under their own weight. It's like finding a fish swimming effortlessly through air. Planetary formation models suggest that worlds like this should be inhospitable, overheated, dry, and devoid of clouds. But this planet defies expectation, maintaining vast, continent-spanning cloud systems despite atmospheric pressures 3 times greater than Earth's. Instead of crushing life beneath a toxic blanket, its atmosphere behaves almost as if it were engineered to sustain complex processes. With weather systems that mirror the patterns of a living organism, even more unsettling, Webb has detected industrial pollutants in these alien skies. Compounds that, on Earth, arise only from manufacturing processes are present in concentrations suggesting large-scale industrial activity. Yet these planets supposedly harbor no intelligent life, no technology, and no mechanism for producing these chemicals naturally. Dr. Sarah Kim from the Exoplanet Research Institute has been cataloging these anomalous atmospheres across dozens of worlds. Her findings suggest that at least 30% of rocky exoplanets display chemical compositions that violate every known principle of planetary chemistry. Some atmospheres contain elements combined in ways that should be impossible, stabilized by unknown energy sources. Take HD 37 Gramsa planet where metallic hydrogen floats in gaseous form at temperatures that should instantly condense it into liquid. On this world, hydrogen forms complex crystalline structures, creating atmospheric layers that behave like solids while remaining fully gaseous. Even the movement of these layers is extraordinary. Unlike Earth, where the atmosphere is relatively uniform, these exoplanets exhibit tides of air that surge across the planet like ocean waves, migrating from day to night sides in mathematically precise patterns. As if obeying some hidden cosmic algorithm, Webb has even captured lightning storms lasting years, discharging energy across the atmosphere in geometrically precise formations visible from interstellar distances. These storms suggest the presence of some organizing principle we do not yet comprehend. The chemical fingerprints these atmospheres leave behind tell an impossible story. Heavy elements that should only arise through long stellar processes appear fully formed, pristine and seemingly manufactured. Isotope ratios defy every known formation mechanism, hinting at phenomena beyond current physics. Perhaps the most chilling discovery is atmospheric synchronization. Planets separated by dozens of light years show simultaneous atmospheric changes, shifting compositions in perfect concert despite their vast separations. Some planets even display self-replicating molecular structures, complex systems that appear to evolve and terraform their host worlds at rates far beyond what biological evolution could explain. In other words, these atmospheres might be living systems, entities capable of reshaping their planets faster than any known natural process. The consequences are staggering. Rogue stars challenge our understanding of stellar physics. Impossible planets defy planetary science. Entire atmospheres seem to be self-organizing, self-replicating, and potentially conscious. And all of this is happening within the same young cosmos where Webb first discovered massive galaxies forming almost overnight. Each new observation is a clue pointing toward a universe far stranger, more dynamic, and more intelligent than we ever imagined. The cosmic dawn is no longer a simple story of slow evolution and gradual change. It is a universe alive with rogue stars, living atmospheres, and hidden forces orchestrating phenomena that defy comprehension. The deeper Webb looks, the more the universe reveals itself not as a static, predictable space, but as an unpredictable, almost sentient, ever-shifting theater of cosmic wonder, black holes beyond physics either. Our understanding of planetary chemistry is fundamentally flawed, or these alien worlds are being actively reshaped by intelligences beyond our detection. Yet even the most perplexing atmospheric anomalies pale in comparison to what Webb has unveiled about the black holes powering these systems. At the center of galaxy GN11, located 11 billion light-years from Earth, sits a black hole that should not exist. This cosmic leviathan possesses the mass of 40 million suns, yet it formed when the universe was only 400 million years old. According to Einstein's equations, black holes grow at a maximum rate known as the Eddington limit. Even feeding continuously at this theoretical maximum, it would require billions of years to reach such size. Yet somehow this black hole achieved impossible proportions in a mere fraction of the time physics allows. It's like discovering a mountain that grew from pebble to peak overnight. Webb has identified dozens of such impossibly massive black holes scattered across the early cosmos. Each one defies the fundamental speed limits that dictate how matter can fall into a gravitational well. They appear to bypass the standard rules of accretion, consuming entire star systems in cosmic gulps that, by all expectations, should have incinerated them with their own radiation. Dr. James Wright from the Black Hole Research Consortium refers to these objects as cosmic rule breakers. His calculations reveal that to reach their observed mass, these black holes would need to consume matter at rates 100 times faster than the Eddington limit allows. Yet, at such feeding rates, the intense radiation should blow away any incoming material, making further growth impossible. The mysteries only deepen when examining their influence on host galaxies. Instead of gradually shaping star formation over millions of years, these black holes appear to sculpt entire galactic structures almost instantaneously. Galaxies that conventional models predict should take billions of years to acquire their characteristic forms instead seem fully developed around these supermassive anomalies. Even more alarming, their energy signatures do not align with any known physics. Gravitational waves arrive before the light from the same events, hinting that causality itself might bend in their vicinity. Time appears to flow differently near these black holes, with stellar orbits completing faster than relativistic models predict. Webb has observed something even more astonishing. These black holes seem to communicate across the vast expanse of the universe. When one changes its activity level, others respond in ways that imply faster than light information transfer. They behave like a coordinated network, operating under principles that violate our current understanding of space-time. Analysis of their X-ray emissions reveals energy patterns that match no known astrophysical process. The radiation suggests access to energy sources beyond simple matter-to-energy conversion via Einstein's famous equation. It is as if these black holes are tapping into fundamental forces still unknown to humanity. Some theorists suggest these black holes may have formed directly from the Big Bang itself, emerging as primordial concentrations of gravity that skipped conventional stellar evolution entirely. Others propose even more radical ideas, that they are gateways to parallel dimensions where different physical laws govern the cosmos. The implications are staggering. If black holes can disregard the fundamental limits of physics, then our understanding of gravity, space-time, and causality may be little more than a shadow of deeper, hidden realities, and yet the anomalies do not end with black holes. Deep in the light spectrum of the ancient galaxy Max 100, located 49 billion light-years away, Webb detected something that challenges the very periodic table of cosmic history. This galaxy, formed when the universe was only 500 million years old, contains heavy elements such as gold, platinum, and uranium materials that, by conventional models, should not exist for another 10 billion years. These elements are forged only in the cataclysmic deaths of massive stars or in collisions between neutron stars. Yet here they appear in pristine abundance. When the universe had barely begun generating its first stars, this discovery violates everything known about stellar nucleosynthesis. Heavy elements typically accumulate over multiple stellar generations, each cycle slowly enriching the cosmos over billions of years. To find such elements in the infant universe is akin to discovering a library full of Shakespeare etched into the walls of a cave painting era. Dr. Lisa Martinez from the Cosmic Chemistry Lab has been mapping these elemental anomalies across dozens of early galaxies. Her surveys reveal that nearly half of the most ancient galaxies contain elemental abundances that should be physically impossible. Elements requiring neutron star collisions exist in galaxies where no neutron stars should yet have formed. Even Stranger, the isotopic ratios themselves tell an impossible story. Patterns appear that align with no known stellar or nuclear process, hinting at mechanisms of cosmic enrichment we have yet to imagine. Taken together, these findings suggest a universe far more dynamic, complex, and perhaps intelligent than previously conceived. Massive galaxies, rogue stars, living atmospheres, and supermassive black holes defying the laws of physics all point to a cosmos that operates under hidden rules, with processes that remain invisible to human observation. The further Webb peers into the cosmic dawn, the more the universe appears less like a predictable machine and more like an intricate, almost conscious network of forces and phenomena, interacting in ways that challenge the very essence of scientific understanding. Each new observation forces astronomers to ask questions that may have no immediate answers. Are these anomalies natural phenomena operating under unknown laws? Could some be artificial, products of intelligence far beyond humanity's comprehension? Or is our understanding of the universe itself so incomplete that what we see as anomalies are, in fact, the normal behavior of a cosmos whose rules we have barely begun to decode? Webb's revelations are just the beginning. As it continues to explore galaxies, stars, and planets from the cosmic dawn, it is revealing a universe that is stranger, faster, and more violent than anything we imagined. The ancient cosmos is alive with impossible formations and phenomena that defy every model, every law, and every expectation. Humanity is only beginning to confront the true scale of its ignorance and the unimaginable possibilities that lie beyond the veil of what we thought we knew. The alchemy of the early universe on Earth, elements follow predictable patterns. Their isotopes reflect the processes that created them, whether stellar fusion, supernova explosions, or neutron star collisions. But the ancient galaxies Webb has been observing defy these expectations. Isotopic ratios in these early galaxies do not match any known nuclear process. Some elements appear to have been manufactured rather than naturally formed through stellar evolution, as if someone or something was deliberately orchestrating their creation. In the galaxy cluster Bell 2744, Webb detected a truly alarming anomaly. Ancient galaxies there contain technetium, an element so unstable that it normally decays completely within millions of years. Yet these galaxies are billions of years old. Its presence implies one of two unsettling possibilities. Either there is a continuous production mechanism we have yet to discover, or some process exists that violates the very laws of radioactive decay. Even more mysterious are the rare earth elements, appearing in concentrations thousands of times higher than theoretical predictions. Typically, such elements form only in trace amounts through extraordinarily complex stellar processes. Yet in these primordial galaxies, they appear mass-produced, leaving no other observational traces of the processes that created them. The patterns suggest access to nuclear mechanisms that no longer operate in our current universe. Spectral data hint at even stranger phenomena. Webb has observed evidence of superheavy elements with atomic numbers exceeding anything in our periodic table. Theoretically, these elements should be impossibly unstable, disintegrating almost instantaneously. Yet they persist across cosmic timescales, coherent and undisturbed. Perhaps most unnerving is the apparent organization in their distribution. Instead of the random scattering expected from chaotic stellar processes, these elements follow precise mathematical patterns. Some galaxies display elemental abundances arranged in geometric ratios as if following a deliberate cosmic recipe. Webb's data also reveal signs of matter transmutation at the atomic level, bypassing standard nuclear physics. Elements appear to shift from one type to another without generating the expected byproducts of conventional reactions. The implications are staggering. Either the early universe operated under completely different physical laws, enabling rapid synthesis of heavy elements, or these galaxies were seeded with advanced material through unknown processes. Some researchers even propose interactions with parallel dimensions, where nuclear physics obeys alternative rules. Others speculate that exotic states of matter in the early universe could have accelerated elemental synthesis via quantum tunneling. Yet the mysteries of matter are eclipsed by Webb's observations of light behaving impossibly. 13 billion light-years away, in the farthest reaches Webb can observe, ancient photons carry messages that challenge our understanding of reality itself. These particles began their journey when the universe was only 100 million years old, during the epoch when the first stars supposedly ignited. Yet the light signatures Webb detects do not align with any theoretical model of early stellar evolution. The spectra contain absorption lines corresponding to molecular structures far too complex to exist in a primordial cosmos. According to Big Bang nucleosynthesis, the early universe consisted almost entirely of hydrogen and helium with only trace lithium. The first stars, by all conventional accounts, should have been simple giants, burning hydrogen in straightforward fusion processes. Their light should have reflected this simplicity. Instead, Webb detects fingerprints of complex organic molecules, heavy metals and compounds requiring advanced heat to form. Dr. Robert Kim from the Early Universe Research Center describes these observations as cosmic archaeology, revealing artifacts that should not exist. Even more unsettling is the polarization of this ancient light. Light waves vibrate in orientations dictated by their origins and the materials they encounter. Yet these primordial photons show patterns implying they pass through structures that, by all known physics, should not exist in the emptiness of early space. The early starlight itself carries evidence of organization, precision, and control. Rather than chaotic energy bursts from primitive stellar furnaces, these first stars emitted remarkably stable, regulated light for millions of years, devoid of the variability characteristic of known stars. Webb has also detected spectral lines, suggesting that these ancient stars manufactured elements in ratios perfectly suited for forming Earth-like planets. Rather than random nucleosynthesis, their elemental output appears preordained, following a formula that hints at intentional design. The light further encodes the chemical environment of the early cosmos. Absorption and re-emission by primordial gas clouds reveal complex organic chemistry operating when the universe was thought to be sterile and lifeless. Perhaps most bewildering are the periodic modulations embedded in this ancient starlight. Brightness fluctuations repeat with mathematical precision across millions of light years. These pulses suggest the first stars were synchronized across vast cosmic distances, their rhythms harmonizing in ways that defy conventional astrophysics. Some spectral features even appear to encode information in binary patterns, as if the universe itself were transmitting messages across space and time. Every photon, every spectral line captured by Webb paints a picture of an early universe far more sophisticated than textbooks suggest. Stars that seem to manufacture the precise chemical ingredients for planets, light behaving as if controlled or programmed, and matter forming through processes no longer observable, all hint at a cosmos where the rules of physics, chemistry, and perhaps intelligence operate in ways humanity has yet to understand. In Chapter 4, the universe stops being a passive stage for random chaos. It begins to feel deliberate, structured, and almost sentient. Every discovery Webb uncovers, from rogue stars and living atmospheres to supermassive black holes and impossibly complex elements, points toward a reality that is far stranger and more ordered than we dared imagine. Humanity's understanding of the early universe is being rewritten in real time, and each revelation pushes the boundaries of what we believe possible. The cosmos, it seems, is not just vast, it is intelligent, rhythmic, and incomprehensibly precise. And the deeper Webb looks, the more it becomes clear, the first light of the universe carries secrets that may forever alter our understanding of matter, energy, and life itself. Galactic choreography and rogue worlds, the variations in ancient starlight suggest something truly unprecedented. The brightness fluctuations follow sequences unlike any known astrophysical process, yet they resemble engineered signals. It is as if these first stars were broadcasting messages across the cosmos. The implications are staggering. Either stellar formation in the early universe followed rules entirely different from what we observe today, or the universe itself began with a level of organization and complexity that our models cannot explain. These light signatures hint at intelligence emerging far earlier than previously imagined. Perhaps even before the first galaxies fully coalesced. Yet the mysteries of individual stars pale when compared to what Webb has revealed about galactic collisions, cataclysms that defy every law of gravitational physics. 4 billion light-years from Earth, two massive galaxies are colliding in ways that challenge everything we thought we knew. Traditional models predict that galaxy mergers take hundreds of millions of years as gravitational forces gradually pull the stellar systems together. Astronomers can simulate these processes with high precision, relying on Newton's laws and Einstein's relativity, but Webb has captured collisions that happen impossibly fast, with outcomes that defy all simulations. The antennae galaxies provide the most shocking example. These two spirals should be in the early stages of a billion-year merger. Instead, Webb shows them completing gravitational interactions that, according to physics, should require 1,000 times longer. Dr. Patricia Chun of the Galactic Dynamics Institute reports that the colliding galaxies appear to share mass and energy through mechanisms that operate faster than light-speed communication should allow. When one galaxy loses stellar material, the other gains precisely the same amount almost instantaneously. Despite being separated by distances that light takes thousands of years to traverse, the merger mechanics defy basic physics. Instead of chaotic stellar scattering, Webb observes mergers unfolding with choreographed precision. Stars from different systems reorganize themselves into configurations, exhibiting mathematical symmetry impossible to achieve through random gravitational interactions. The galaxies generate energy signatures with no explanation under conventional astrophysics. Gravitational waves from these collisions suggest the merging galaxies are accessing additional spatial dimensions. Stellar debris follows trajectories that curve back on themselves, forming spirals and loops that violate basic laws of motion. Some streams appear to flow backward in time, with light arriving before the collision that produced it. Even more disturbing is the synchronization of multiple galactic mergers. Webb has observed galaxy pairs across different regions undergoing identical collision processes simultaneously. Separated by billions of light-years, these galaxies mirror each other's movements, implying coordinated behavior. Hybrid galaxies emerge from these collisions with mass distributions that form stable structures defying orbital mechanics. Some maintain shapes requiring constant energy input to prevent gravitational collapse, yet they show no identifiable source for this energy. Localized distortions of spacetime suggest exotic matter states or modifications to gravity itself. The mergers appear selective, preserving certain stellar systems while obliterating others, almost as if following predetermined rules. Planets with specific properties survive while others are destroyed, hinting at intelligent design or an underlying cosmic algorithm. These impossible galactic mergers suggest that large-scale structures operate under laws we do not yet understand, potentially involving forces beyond current physics. But even these galactic phenomena are overshadowed by Webb's discovery of solitary planets wandering the interstellar void. Floating alone trillions of miles from any star, rogue worlds were thought to be frozen, lifeless remnants ejected from their birth systems. Without sunlight, they should be icebound spheres, barely above absolute zero. Yet Webb reveals something extraordinary. Some of these orphan planets generate their own heat and light. WISE 830 plus 2837 provides the most dramatic example. Drifting 40 light-years from Earth, it radiates energy comparable to a small star, despite lacking nuclear fusion. Surface temperatures reach nearly 10 degrees Fahrenheit, warm enough to sustain liquid oceans that should have long since frozen. Dr. Alexandra Rodriguez from the Planetary Sciences Division has cataloged these impossible wanderers, discovering that billions exist across our galaxy. Many display active weather systems, atmospheric circulation, and seasonal changes despite the absence of a sun. Even stranger are the atmospheric compositions of these rogue worlds. Instead of frozen, inert air, they maintain complex chemical cycles requiring constant energy input. Some exhibit oxygen levels suggesting active photosynthesis without sunlight. Their magnetic fields are stronger than Earth's, despite lacking molten metal cores needed for standard dynamo effects, implying energy sources that defy known physics. Rogue planets also display coordinated behavior. Webb has tracked clusters that maintain precise formations, traveling through space in geometric arrangements that suggest deliberate organization. Some emit radio signals with modulation patterns unlike any natural source, hinting at engineered communication. Infrared imaging reveals surface features with geometric precision, as if entire continents were sculpted intentionally. Large-scale patterns suggest engineering projects far beyond anything humanity has conceived, indicating purposeful modification on a planetary scale. These solitary worlds challenge everything we know about planetary science. They are warm without stars, geologically precise without natural explanation, and seemingly connected across space and time. Rogue planets, once dismissed as cosmic anomalies, now appear as active participants in a universe governed by unknown forces, perhaps even intelligence. Chapter 5 solidifies a pattern emerging across Webb's discoveries. From the first stars to colliding galaxies and now wandering planets, the cosmos reveals a level of coordination, precision, and mystery that stretches the limits of imagination. Every observation hints at processes, forces, and perhaps consciousness operating on scales far beyond human comprehension. The universe is no longer merely vast, it is active, deliberate, and astonishingly complex, hinting at truths that may forever alter our understanding of reality itself. Rogue worlds, cosmic water, and the fabric of thermal signatures of rogue planets reveal internal heat sources unlike anything previously observed. Instead of cooling gradually after losing a stellar energy source, these worlds maintain steady temperatures that hint at exotic mechanisms generating energy from within. Even more perplexing, some rogue planets are not drifting aimlessly. Their trajectories follow precise paths that require continuous course adjustments, as if they are under intelligent control or following a cosmic navigation system. These discoveries imply that planetary systems can exist and thrive independently of stars, operating under principles that transcend conventional astrophysics. Yet wandering worlds are only the beginning of Webb's revelations. Deep in the Orion Nebula, 1,500 light-years from Earth, massive clouds of water vapor float in environments that should obliterate every molecule. This stellar nursery reaches temperatures of thousands of degrees Fahrenheit and is saturated with ultraviolet radiation intense enough to destroy water molecules within hours. And yet Webb observes stable water clouds spanning light-years, retaining their molecular integrity in conditions harsher than the sun's surface. The discovery defies the fundamental rules of chemistry. Water molecules, composed of two hydrogen atoms bonded to a single oxygen atom, should instantly disintegrate under such extreme conditions. Finding them intact is akin to discovering snowflakes in a blast furnace. Dr. Maria Santos of the Astrochemistry Research Institute has mapped these impossible water deposits. Spectroscopic analysis reveals concentrations exceeding theoretical limits, sometimes rivaling densities found in Earth's tropical rainforests, yet suspended in the vacuum of space. The isotopic ratios of hydrogen and oxygen in these clouds match no known formation process. While ordinary water forms via predictable nuclear reactions inside stars or chemical interactions in cool interstellar clouds, these clouds suggest entirely exotic processes operating under unknown physical rules. Webb has observed even stranger behavior in these cosmic water reservoirs. Rather than dispersing randomly as physics predicts, the vapor forms coherent structures, maintaining shape over millions of years. These aqueous formations resemble cellular patterns, suggesting the presence of an unknown organizing principle. They flow and circulate in currents spanning dozens of light-years, generating self-sustaining cosmic weather systems without planets or atmospheres to drive them. The water cycles recycle molecular components independently of external energy sources, hinting at processes that are more biological than chemical. Even more unsettling is the apparent spread of these water clouds. New deposits emerge in previously barren regions, forming complex molecules from atomic components faster than known chemistry allows. Some contain dissolved organic compounds, thousands of light years from the nearest planet. Webb has detected exotic water phases where molecules simultaneously exhibit properties of gas, liquid, and solid, maintaining stability under conditions that should render them impossible. The implications are staggering. Either water is far more resilient than previously imagined, or some unknown processes are shaping the chemical foundation of life across interstellar space. Yet water anomalies are overshadowed by Webb's observations of time itself behaving unnaturally. Around the supermassive black hole at the center of Galaxy Métis 7, 54 million light-years away, Webb witnesses temporal distortions that make Einstein's predictions appear conservative. According to general relativity, massive objects warp spacetime, slowing time in their vicinity. Such effects should be subtle, detectable only through precise instruments. But Webb captures stars whose orbits visibly accelerate and decelerate in ways that exceed relativistic expectations by hundreds of times. Temporal fluctuations occur on timescales of months rather than millennia, as if the cosmic clock itself obeyed new rules. Dr. Stephen Park from the Relativistic Astrophysics Center has cataloged these anomalies. Measurements reveal regions where time flows differently across adjacent space, creating extreme temporal gradients that should be physically impossible. Even more disturbing, time dilation does not follow smooth relativistic curves, but shows discrete jumps, suggesting temporal mechanics operate in quantum steps rather than continuous flow. In these regions, cause and effect appear scrambled. Light from stellar explosions sometimes arrives before the gravitational waves that triggered them, and some stellar orbits behave as if anticipating future events. The implications are staggering. These energy sources appear artificial, technological, and coordinated on scales that dwarf any human capability. They are amassing power, distributing it across the galaxy, and preparing for some unknown cosmic event. What might require such immense organized energy? And why now? Even these engineered phenomena fade beside Webb's discovery of matter that behaves as if conscious. In the Perseus galaxy cluster, 300 million light-years away, ordinary gas clouds organize into structures resembling biological tissue. Layers, internal circulation systems, and energy transport networks emerge spontaneously across millions of light-years. Dr. Jennifer Walsh of the Astrobiology Institute notes that these formations respond to cosmic stimuli, gravitational waves. Supernova bursts and radiation pulses provoke organized adjustments propagated across the network. These matter systems display the hallmarks of life, adaptation, self-preservation, memory, and even reproduction. Cosmic reproduction occurs on a colossal scale. Massive structures divide into smaller, fully organized networks that inherit the functional architecture of their progenitors. Over millions of years, these offspring grow, adapt, and refine their internal complexity. Repeated disturbances, collisions, radiation bursts, or gravitational shocks teach the networks to reorganize and optimize energy and information flow. The collective behavior suggests planning and awareness across intergalactic scales, as if these structures are coordinating toward future events. Communication between these living matter networks occurs faster than light should allow. Energy pulses traverse billions of light-years, linking clusters in synchronized behavior. They form ecosystems with symbiosis, competition, and defense strategies. When threatened by black holes or supernova, peripheral matter is sacrificed to protect critical network nodes. Some structures encode historical records of cosmic events, preserving memories of galactic evolution for billions of years. Observations indicate an evolutionary trajectory. Newer formations are faster, more complex, and more capable than older ones, suggesting directed progression toward intelligence. Yet even conscious matter is eclipsed by Webb's detection of gravitational anomalies in apparently empty space. Between superclusters, vast regions devoid of stars, galaxies, black holes bend light and warp space as though massive objects lurked invisibly. These anomalies produce geometric distortions inconsistent with dark matter models. Dr. Robert Kim at the Gravitational Physics Institute reports that these anomalies maintain precise spatial relationships across hundreds of millions of light-years, forming intergalactic networks rather than random mass distributions. The anomalies fluctuate in synchronized patterns, suggesting active control. Gravitational strengths vary in mathematical sequences, selectively amplifying light from certain sources while ignoring others. Cosmic rays and photon paths are steered toward predetermined destinations, as if the fields themselves provide navigation for interstellar travelers. Webb's detectors reveal gravitational waves carrying structured information modulation patterns, akin to artificial communication. Temporal effects surrounding the anomalies exceed relativistic predictions. Some regions accelerate time while others slow it, creating interlinked temporal networks. The anomalies draw energy from unknown higher-dimensional sources. They respond to distant cosmic events, reorganizing in anticipation of collisions, supernovas, or gravitational disturbances. Over time, the number and intensity of anomalies are increasing, building an intergalactic infrastructure. Webb suggests these fields could one day allow faster-than-light transit through controlled gravitational corridors. If correct, gravity itself is no longer bound to matter. It becomes a manipulable medium capable of supporting networks, communication, and transportation across the cosmos, but these discoveries pale beside Webb's final, most unsettling revelation: signals from beyond the observable universe. Deep in the cosmic microwave background, faint patterns appear that cannot be accounted for by any single universe model. Encoded within these fluctuations are signals exhibiting structure, repetition, and modulation consistent with intentional communication rather than random cosmic noise. The signals appear to originate from regions outside the space we can see, hinting at civilizations, intelligences, or mechanisms operating beyond the limits of our observable cosmos. These messages exhibit temporal properties, unlike anything previously imagined. Some signals seem to carry information about events in our universe before they happen, suggesting access to higher dimensional time or parallel realities where past, present, and future coexist simultaneously. The geometric structures embedded in the background correspond with large-scale cosmic patterns, indicating coordination on scales both vast and intricate. Webb's findings imply a universe where consciousness, intelligence, and control are not limited to planets or life as we know it. Energy, matter, and gravity themselves may be manipulated by higher dimensional systems operating with purpose, foresight, and intent. The galaxy-spanning energy networks, living matter formations, gravitational infrastructures, and interuniversal signals converge on one possibility: the cosmos is alive, aware, and working according to principles that transcend human comprehension. As Webb continues its survey, the data challenges our most fundamental assumptions about reality. What we consider physical laws, universal constants, and random chance may merely be local approximations within a far grander, organized, and intelligent structure. The universe is no longer a stage for human curiosity, it is a symphony of orchestrated forces, communicating, evolving, and preparing for something we have yet to comprehend. Humanity has glimpsed only the faintest outlines of a reality far older, far stranger, and far more deliberate than anything we imagined. Webb has opened the door, revealing a cosmos that is conscious, interconnected, and purposeful, hinting at truths that may forever redefine our place in the universe.